And a jolly good morning to you from a rather blustery and kind of inclement day here, early summer in London, with weather that feels a little bit like April and April showers type weather. It's been a funny old year for weather this year, I think you'll agree. But anyway, all the same, so I've got a mixture of clothes from shorts and t-shirt to semi-winter wear and waterproofs, because who knows what it's going to do today. But I'm just going to do a short little walk today around the well, let's just tell you where I am. If you can't see already, I am in that little bit between King's Cross Station and St Pancras International, and I'm going on a little walk around the, I think they're called the coal yards. I shall tell you again in one moment, I've forgotten already. And let's see what we see this morning. This is an area of London that used to be very industrial, not particularly pleasant, and it's certainly been gentrified quite a bit over the years, and there's a lot more for your average person these days. Right, one moment. Right, King's Cross and Coal Drop Yards. Now this is a user uplifted walk on the Go Jauntly app, my go-to app. As I always say, I'm not sponsored by them, I just use them very frequently. I'm one of their customers, not the other way around. And of course there are other walking apps available. So I'm going to just take this one today. As I say, this is a user uploaded walk called King's Cross and Coal Drop Yards. So let's see where it takes us. I think I'm going to be going up that way, but I better just check the map and off we go. Well, part one of the walk is to come out of St Pancras and go into King's Cross and have a little look around in there. It's very busy this morning, so I'm not going to do that. But the primary reason for going in there is to go to the platform 9 3/4 thing that you can stand next to and have your photo taken. Not really my cup of tea, not really interested in Harry Potter, but I know there are millions out there who are, and if you're in this part of London, I suppose that's a pretty fun thing to do. We're on King's Boulevard now, next to the German gymnasium. Hopefully pronounce it like that. I don't think Germans say it like that, so perhaps it's a gymnasium or something along those lines. But anyway, let's call it the German gymnasium. Trying to do some nice food in there. As I said before, anyone remembers this part of London back, I don't know, before the 2000s, St Pancras International was pretty much derelict, and there was talk of it being closed, and it was a really shoddy old station to go through if you ever travelled on a train there up to, say, Leicester, Derby, Nottingham, places like that. It was pretty grim. Of course, it's had its multi-billion pound refurbishment, rebuild. Now hosts, of course, the Eurostar services to the continent and a whole heap of other services that just didn't exist before. So it's a pretty good place. It's kind of a destination in its own right. King's Cross has also had a massive makeover and it's a lot more pleasant than it used to be to wander around. That used to be pretty seedy just on the outside of it, just down towards Pentonville Road, just over the other side of the station from here. But things have improved somewhat. And if you're not going to go and have your picture taken with the Harry Potter thing, you can have a go on that swing there, which they emblazon in lights. Have they got lights on now? Not sure. Certainly around Christmas time they cover that in nice lights. Anyway, I'm going to head up here, which is between the two railway lines out of the two stations, up towards the Regent's Canal. Lovely little water fountains, just not water fountains, little waterfalls. Would you call them waterfalls? A water feature. Lots of eateries around here, lots of bars, lots of places to meet. It's an ideal area actually if you are meeting up with friends and you're coming from different parts of the country. In London, here would be an excellent place to meet. Quite a famous company. Got their offices here. Google. I'm going in one of these office blocks. Probably one just over here. This one here, I can't remember why, but a while back I had to go in there in the office blocks, and you can see straight into the Google offices. They look like they're playing games all day long. Maybe they are. And this is called St Pancras Square. Very pleasant now. The trees are in full leaf. Be nice and shady on a warm day. Certainly not that today. Although, as I say, we're in early summer. It feels more like April. And a sign here just giving you a map. Camley Street Natural Park. Actually, I'm not even sure if that's included in this little walk. But that's worthy of a little wander around. If not, if it is, then I shall go in it. If not, I won't. Anyway, we're heading towards the coal drop yard, Granary Square, Lewis, Cubitt Square and Park. Just up along here. This is this particular user uploaded walk is not really a directional one. It's more of an informational one that just suggests places to go. Just looking on the map they've provided, it doesn't really suggest going into the Camley Nature Park. It doesn't show you going in there on the map, but it suggests you go there. So that is just down here somewhere. So I'm going to go down there. We'll go to the... No. Go down the way back. Can't make my mind up today. We'll go over here, over the Regent's Canal and towards the coal yard. Drops yard. Coal drops yard. So the Regent's Canal begins up towards Paddington Basin, Little Venice, that kind of area. Comes all the way around North London and round to East London. Comes out at... I can't remember where it comes out, but it comes out at the River Thames anyway. Limehouse, that's right. Limehouse Basin. I wonder if we'll get a wave from the guy here. He's waving to the little kiddies over there. Probably thinks I'm just a big kid. Give him a wave. Ah, there we go. Thank you, sir. You can, if you take a walk up the canal in that direction, go to Camden Market, and in summer at least, maybe all year round, I don't know, you can get a little ride on the canal on a boat up to Little Venice. Great fun. I've done it a few times. Took my children when they were younger, and reminds me actually, I ought to take my grandson. He would like that. Not had the chance to do that just yet. Of course, this was very much an industrial area. There's an old gasometer, a couple of gasometers that have, or the area where gasometers were, now converted into flats and houses. And these were all, of course, industrial premises, either to do with coal, power, gas, or the railway, and a combination of various other things as well. Very, very industrial part of London this was. Now, of course, as I say, very much gentrified, very much full of, generally speaking, fairly high-end shops, cafes and restaurants. That's the Cubitt's place. Welcome to Coal Drops Yard. It's a Tuesday, and it's about 10:30 in the morning, 10:45, so it's a bit before lunchtime. Not that many people about, and of course, as you can probably see, the weather's not particularly great either. Lady with her umbrella there. I set off from my home this morning in warm sunshine and shorts and a t-shirt. I just checked the weather map and it did suggest there might be a light shower later on, but it's really rather chilly too, so I'm glad I did bring a jacket with me. This is, of course, Britain, England, and weather to go with it. This will gradually get busier and busier as the day goes along today. As it does every day, particularly at the end of the working day when many will come down here for a after work drink or snack before they head home. Last time I was in here, quite a few of these units were still not opened up, but you know, they were just waiting for new proprietors to go in there, and it seemed to be pretty much all taken up now, which is good. Just going to take a little wander through here because I'm not quite sure what's down here. I think this was sealed off when I last came here. A place there called the Midnight Pantry. I'm guessing that's open at midnight. Paul Smith. Asian-inspired cookies, treats, drinks and more. Sounds nice. I should pop in there later. Those cookies look really nice. In fact, if that's pistachio, then it's got my name on it. My favourite ice cream and anything to do with nuts. If they've got to be pistachio, oh yes. Vintage clothing. Now there's the thing, vintage clothing. Basically that would have been a junk shop back in the day, or a second-hand clothes shop. But give it the name vintage, add a few pounds onto the price. In fact, in some cases, quite a lot of pounds onto the price for a pair of second-hand jeans or something. It's kind of a model of the railway station, I think. Or model of what? No, it's a model of here, isn't it? Yeah. The coal drop yards are on a number of different levels, with an additional roof that's been put on the top to make it even higher. And a sign there clearly saying more stores this way. Well, I don't really want to do a video of which shops there are here. They're mostly high-end shops, really, so I will let you use your own imagination, but get yourself down here if you like that kind of thing. I can't stop thinking about the pistachio cookie now.
No worries. Okay, see ya. Bye-bye.
The description for this area is 26 acres, transformed from 26 acres of underused industrial land. Probably the railway or power supply companies or whoever owned the land here probably sold it off fairly cheaply, and now you've got real estate worth millions and millions and millions. Someone will have made a lot of money here. Probably spent a lot of money too to build it all and redevelop it all. Plenty of green space as well if you work in any of these offices or live in any of these what would be very expensive apartments. There's the Aga Khan Centre just there. So I'm just going to curve back round down Stable Street in a moment. Just going to have a look at what's in the Aga Khan Centre. That's out of curiosity. The Aga Khan Centre Gallery, Seeds of Trees, Sounds of Mountains. An exhibition exploring issues around climate change with works by artist Uyadullah Ahmad, Mabeen Akhtar. See lots and lots of names there. Well, that's interesting if that's your cup of tea. It's quite interesting. So I'm going to head back down Stable Street. Let's head back round towards King's Cross and St Pancras, but I will just go to the Camley Nature Park and see what's occurring in there. I've seen that from above many times on trains entering into St Pancras, and kind of not really given it too much thought ever since. Well, that's got really shocking actually. I'm going to go back inside the coal drop yards, I think, and make my way round to the nature park. It's kind of over in that direction, over the other side of the canal. So just across the canal again, a bit further along. St Pancras locks, I think they're called. Pity there's no boat going through them. Always interesting to see that. And that's the lines out of St Pancras just there. This appears to be the entrance to the Camley Street Nature Park or Reserve. And yeah, I'm just going to have a little look around. There is a cafe in there. Might be an appropriate time for me at least to have a quick cuppa. So if you're still watching at this point, I guess you sort of like this video. So if you do, please click the like button. Maybe consider subscribing so you can have a little look at my channel and see some of the other videos I do. I've got lots of walking videos around the UK. Mostly from the area where I live in sort of Hertfordshire, Bedfordshire area, lots around London, Europe and beyond. Right, so we're into the London Wildlife Trust Camley Street Natural Park. Not too much of a mouthful. First thing you see when you get here is a cafe and toilets this way. That's handy to know. This little walk, it's only a short walk that I'm doing today, but it is probably an ideal walk for anyone that's finding themselves with an hour or so to kill at St Pancras or King's Cross station and just fancy, rather than just hanging around on the station, having a little walk around. Plenty of places to go and grab something to eat or drink, or just keep the kids amused for a little while if you happen to be in that situation. So yeah, if you weren't aware of it, I guess you are now. Butterfly and Bee Bank. Too many self-respecting butterflies or bees will be out today in this weather. I used the term gasometer earlier on. I'm not sure if everyone will really know what one of those is. If you're certainly younger, you may not have heard that term before, but you still do see them around occasionally. But they're the great big tanks of gas that used to be everywhere, really. It was the way the gas was stored. And that one there is the outside structure of a gasometer, and they built some flats inside it, which I think is rather novel and unique. But that's what I was talking about. I bet you a few developers would love to get their hands on this bit of land here as well and turn it into some flats or apartments. Well, this has been here donkey's years. And in fact, before this whole redevelopment of the King's Cross St Pancras area, there was this little green oasis in a sea of grime, really. And here we are, it's still here. And everything around it has kind of changed. I mean, the main infrastructure here, the canal and the buildings themselves are more or less the same. Not the new ones over there, obviously, the older buildings here. And a lot was levelled. A lot of rubbishy old buildings were flattened, and the good stuff and the historic stuff was kept and repurposed. Is that the term? I'd never realised this was quite so close to the canal when I looked at it. This was probably one of those little dock points that they've turned into a lily pond. using the canal water. Boats could turn around and so on. Not sure quite what the term was, but doesn't say here. Doesn't say what used to be here, but I suspect it was probably a little inlet from the canal for either boats to moor up or offload cargo and so on and so forth. I might be old, but I'm not quite that old. There's some very interesting flora and fauna in here. And considering how far we are into the centre of London, it's quite amazing. Accessibility wise, it's not too bad. There are a few steps and things that you'll need to take into consideration if you're not so good on your feet these days. And we're led out here onto the Regent's Canal. A useful little sign to tell you all about it.
I think he's probably untrue. Don't be the person to tell the story. That's really true.
Well, my advice earlier on is the advice I've also given to myself. Decided to do this little quick film show, quick video, while I'm waiting for a train from King's Cross to head north, way north. And I was here an hour and a half before my booked train, so I thought I'd just quickly do this. I'm going to head back now, grab some snacks from the train, and hopefully I'll be able to go and get on it fairly soon. Hopefully the weather up north is a bit nicer than it is here in London. Very interesting place, and I'm very pleased to see that when the major development of King's Cross and St Pancras took place, then this remained as was. It's got some nice facilities here actually. There's some nice clean loos. It clearly does plenty of work with schools and school children being taken around and taught about the countryside, because let's face it, some of them that live in London in the suburban areas don't necessarily get great opportunity to see wildlife, so these little things all help, and I'm all for it. It's really good. So just going to head back now to King's Cross, and yeah, I think I'll call this video a day, because I'm just really going to be tracking back over the same land, same ground that I was originally on. Where are we? There's St Pancras just over there. I have to say, the PA announcements on the platform are extremely loud. I could hear them ever so clearly from inside here, from way over there. And the next train to Margate or Ramsgate is about to depart, I can tell you that. So thank you for watching this quick video of the Camley Street Nature Park Reserve and the Coal Drops Yard and the area around King's Cross and St Pancras. Yeah, as I say, if you get a chance, you've got a bit of time to kill here, certainly head on down there and get yourself away from the stations and have a nice time. I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to press those buttons. You know the drill. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Cheers for now. Bye bye.